In the high-stakes world of aerial combat, where victory and defeat are decided in a flash, a few aircraft simply stand above the rest. They're the apex predators of the sky, technological titans built by global powers to project force and defend their homes. These aren't just machines, they're symbols of national power, the result of decades of brainpower and trillions of dollars. For the pilot in the cockpit, they're an extension of body and mind, a fusion of human and machine that pulls off moves that defy physics. For anyone on the receiving end, they're terrifying, a ghost on the radar, a thunderclap in the clouds. 3 of these titans define the modern battlefield, and each was born from a totally different way of thinking. From the United States, the undisputed king of stealth, comes the F-22 Raptor. It's a phantom, designed to see everything while being seen by nothing, built on a doctrine of first look, first shot, first kill. From Russia, a nation with a long history of building tough, powerful, and fearsomely agile fighters, we have 2 contenders. First, there's the Sukhoi Su-35 flanker. It's a breathtaking show of raw aerodynamic power. Known for its super maneuverability, the Su-35 is a dogfighter's dream, able to twist and turn in ways that just don't seem real. It's the ultimate evolution of a legendary jet, packed with modern sensors and a massive arsenal. And then there's the specialist, the sheer brute of the skies, the Mikoyan MiG-31 Foxhound. This jet isn't a nimble dogfighter, it's a weapon with one terrifying purpose. As the fastest combat aircraft in service today, it's a pure interceptor, built to fly higher and faster than anything else to guard Russia's vast frontiers. Its mission is simple: find the threat, whether it's a high-flying bomber or a low-flying cruise missile, and wipe it out from hundreds of kilometers away. So, which of these incredible machines truly rules the sky? Is it the invisible assassin, the F-22, the agile brawler, the Su-35, or the high-speed sentinel, the MiG-31? We're about to find out. We're going to pit these 3 legends against each other, breaking down their raw speed, their immense power, and their pinpoint precision. This is the ultimate showdown to see which design philosophy comes out on top. In air combat, speed is life. It lets you decide when and where to fight. It lets you intercept a threat, outrun a missile, and get into the perfect position for a shot. And in this category, one of these jets is in a class all by itself. The Mikoyan MiG-31 Foxhound is, and there's no exaggeration here, a monster of velocity. With a top speed officially clocked at Mach 2.83, it's the fastest operational combat aircraft in the world. For context, legendary planes like the SR-71 were faster, but they're long retired. In today's skies, the MiG-31 is the king. At altitude, the Foxhound is pushing 3,000 kilometers per hour. And that number isn't just for show, it's the entire reason this plane exists. It was born in the Cold War to guard the Soviet Union's enormous borders against American bombers, and to do that, it had to get up to speed and altitude with blinding speed. This insane performance comes from 2 massive Soloviev D-36 afterburning engines. They have the raw power to shove its huge, heavy frame through the thin upper atmosphere, with a service ceiling that tops 20,000 meters, or over 65,000 feet. This combination of speed and altitude puts it in an energy state few others can even dream of. It can launch its long-range missiles from a high, fast perch, adding its own incredible speed to the missiles, which dramatically boosts the weapon's range. The Foxhound's design is all about that raw, straight-line performance. It's not built for tight turns. It's built for a brutal, high-speed sprint. Not far behind is the Sukhoi Su-35 flanker. The Su-35 claims a top speed of Mach 2.25, or around 2,400 kilometers per hour. While it doesn't have the MiG-31's insane top end, the Su-35's speed is part of a more balanced package. Its twin Saturn AL-41 Phone-S engines are marvels, providing not just speed but incredible acceleration. It has a thrust-to-weight ratio better than 1:1, meaning the plane has more thrust pushing it up than it has weight pulling it down. That gives it a phenomenal rate of climb and the ability to regain energy in a fight almost instantly. The Su-35's engines also give it a limited ability to hit supersonic speeds without cranking the fuel-guzzling afterburners, a trick known as supercruise. Now, it's not the sustained, high-speed supercruise the F-22 is famous for, but it allows the Su-35 to cover ground faster than jets that have to rely on short bursts of their afterburners. For the flanker, speed is a tool that makes it a more versatile fighter for all kinds of missions. And that brings us to the American contender, the F-22 Raptor. Its max speed is listed around Mach 2.25, putting it in the same league as the Su-35. But the Raptor treats speed very differently. The F-22's real advantage lies in efficient speed, thanks to its unmatched supercruise. The F-22 can comfortably cruise at Mach 1.8 without using its afterburners. This is a complete game-changer. Most fighters use afterburners for supersonic flight, and that burns fuel at a ridiculous rate, slashing their combat range. The Raptor, however, can stay supersonic for long stretches. This means it can show up to the fight faster, give its missiles an extra kinetic punch when they launch, and get out of trouble at will, all while saving precious fuel. Its stealth and supercruise mean an F-22 can be in and out of hostile airspace before the enemy even knows what hit them. The Raptor prioritizes operational, efficient speed over a simple top number, and that perfectly reflects its role. So, for the raw metric of pure velocity, the MiG-31 Foxhound is the undisputed champion. But the F-22's mastery of supercruise offers a more strategic kind of speed. The Su-35 finds a powerful middle ground. When it comes to the tyranny of speed, though, the crown has to go to the MiG-31. Speed might be life, but power is what gives that life a purpose. For a fighter jet, power means a few things. It's the earth-shaking force of the engines. It's the ability to carry a heavy and diverse arsenal. And it's the power of the radar to dominate the airwaves. Let's start with engine force. The Su-35 flanker is a true powerhouse. Depending on its loadout, its engines give it a thrust-to-weight ratio of around 1.13:1. This is the secret sauce behind its legendary agility, letting it accelerate hard and climb like a rocket. This power doesn't just enable airshow acrobatics. It means it can regain energy quickly after a tight turn or out, climb an opponent even when loaded down with weapons. The F-22 Raptor is just as blessed. Its two Pratt Whitney Phone 119 engines are monsters, giving the Raptor a similar thrust-to-weight ratio of over 1:1. This is what enables its efficient supercruise. But the Phone 119 engines also feature two-dimensional thrust-vectoring nozzles, which can direct the engine exhaust up and down, giving the Raptor incredible pitch authority in a dogfight. The MiG-31, true to its nature, sees power differently. Its engines are built for sustained, high-speed flight in thin air, where other fighters would struggle. Its thrust-to-weight ratio is lower than the other two, but its engines are optimized for its unique mission. The MiG-31's power isn't the explosive agility of a dogfighter. It's the relentless, high-endurance power of an interceptor. When we turn to weapons, the differences really stand out. Here, the non-stealthy Russian designs have a clear edge in carrying capacity. The Su-35 flanker is basically a flying arsenal. It has 12 hardpoints, and can haul up to 8,000 kilograms, or over 17,000 pounds, of munitions. For air-to-air combat, it can carry a deadly mix of missiles, including the new R-77M, a weapon with a reported range of up to 200 kilometers designed to counter Western long-range missiles. It can also carry the beastly R-37M, a hypersonic Mach 6 missile meant to take out high-value targets like tankers from extreme distances. The MiG-31 also has an impressive payload of up to 9,000 kilograms, but it's highly specialized. Its signature weapon is that same R-37M missile. With its powerful radar and high-speed launch, the MiG-31 is arguably the most effective platform for this weapon, able to engage targets from as far as 400 kilometers away. But a special variant, the MiG-31K, carries something even more terrifying: the Kh-47M2 Kinzhal, an air-launched ballistic missile. Russian sources claim it can reach hypersonic speeds of Mach 10 and hit targets 2,000 kilometers away, turning the Foxhound from a defender into a potent strategic weapon. The F-22 Raptor, however, plays by a different rulebook. To stay stealthy, it has to carry everything internally. This limits its payload. The F-22 typically carries 6 AIM-120D medium-range missiles and 2 AIM-9X short-range missiles in its internal bays. The philosophy here is that its stealth and superior sensors mean it can get a higher kill probability with fewer missiles. It was designed for first look, first shot, first kill. It does have a limited ground attack role, carrying 2 1,000-pound GPS-guided bombs internally. And with upgrades to integrate the next-gen AIM-260 missile, its reach is only getting longer. So who wins on power and payload? It's complicated. For raw dogfighting performance, the Su-35 and F-22 are titans. For carrying the most conventional weapons, the Su-35 is the undisputed champ. But for the unique power to launch a strategic hypersonic missile, the MiG-31K stands alone. Modern air combat isn't just about speed and power, it's about precision. It's the ability to see the battlefield with perfect clarity, process a flood of information, and guide a weapon with unerring accuracy. This is where the tech philosophies of East and West really split. The absolute pinnacle of precision is the F-22 Raptor. It's often called a flying computer, and it was the first jet to truly master sensor fusion. It doesn't just have a radar and other sensors. It has an integrated system where everything talks to each other. The star of the show is its APG-77 AESA radar. It's powerful but also very sneaky, able to scan and track multiple targets with a low probability of being detected itself. But the radar is just one piece. The F-22's computers take data from its radar, its electronic listening systems, and from other allied aircraft, and fuse it all into a single, simple picture of the battle. This gives the pilot a godlike level of situational awareness. They don't just see blips on a screen. They see identified friendly and enemy forces and what they're doing. This lets the F-22 pilot make tactical decisions with unmatched speed and clarity. It's the art of precision warfare, and the F-22 is its master. The Russian jets, while not built around the same data-fused philosophy, are masters of precision in their own right, relying on sheer sensor power. The Su-35 flanker is equipped with a formidable sensor suite. Its main sensor is the Urbis E-PESA radar. It's not as stealthy as an AESA, but it has a huge detection range, reportedly spotting large, bomber-sized targets up to 400 kilometers away, though that range would be much shorter for stealthier jets. But the Su-35 doesn't rely on radar alone. It's also equipped with an infrared search and track system, or IRST. This is a passive sensor that looks for the heat signature of enemy aircraft. It doesn't emit any energy, so it can search for targets without giving away the Su-35's position. This gives the pilot another way to find and track threats, even stealth aircraft, which still put out a lot of heat. This 1-2 punch of a powerful radar and a sensitive IRST makes the Su-35 a lethal threat. Then, there's the MiG-31, a plane built around one single, unbelievably powerful sensor, the Zaslon M phased array radar. It's one of the most powerful airborne radars ever put on a fighter. Russian sources claim it can spot a bomber-sized target from over 600 kilometers away. It's designed to scan huge volumes of airspace and engage multiple targets at once with its long-range missiles. MiG-31s can also work in groups, linking their powerful radars together to cover a front nearly 1,100 kilometers wide. One MiG can track a target while another, flying electronically silent, launches a missile using the first jet's data. It's a brute force approach to situational awareness, perfectly suited for its mission. In precision, the F-22 is the clear winner on advanced technology and information dominance. But you can't ignore the raw power of the Russian sensors. The Su-35's radar, IRST combo, makes it incredibly dangerous, and the MiG-31's massive radar provides a level of long-range detection that is its own form of strategic precision. No single capability has reshaped modern air combat more than stealth. The ability to operate unseen, to strike and vanish, is the ultimate advantage. And in this category, it's not even a competition. The F-22 Raptor is the undisputed master of stealth. It was designed from the ground up to be as close to invisible to radar as possible. First, there's its shape. Every surface is angled to deflect radar waves away from the enemy receiver. There are no right angles, and even the sawtooth patterns on its bay doors are there to scatter radar energy. Second, the F-22's skin is coated in special radar-absorbent materials, or RAM. These materials soak up radar energy and convert it into a tiny amount of heat. The result is a ridiculously small radar cross-section, or RCS. That's the measure of how big an object looks on radar. A normal fighter might have the RCS of a truck. The F-22's is said to be the size of a steel marble from the front. This makes it incredibly hard for enemy radar to find, let alone lock onto. This obsession with stealth is everywhere in the F-22's design. It carries its weapons internally to avoid the huge radar reflections from external missiles. Its shaped engine ducts hide the highly reflective engine fans from view. Its own radar is designed to be hard to detect. The F-22's whole game plan is built on this advantage, allowing it to go deep into heavily defended enemy airspace where no other jet could survive. Now, let's look at the Russian contenders. The Su-35 is not a stealth aircraft. It's a fourth-generation design at its core, and its shape creates a big radar signature. Engineers did make some effort to reduce its RCS with some radar-absorbent materials, but it's by no means a stealthy jet. The Su-35's plan for survival isn't to hide. It's to use its powerful jammers, high speed, and agility to outmaneuver threats. The MiG-31 Foxhound is the polar opposite of a stealth aircraft. Its huge, angular frame is a radar operator's dream. It makes no apologies for its massive radar signature. The MiG-31's philosophy is to not even try to hide. It relies on its incredible speed, extreme altitude, and the overwhelming power of its radar to do its job. It's designed to punch through any jamming or stealth with sheer brute force energy from so far away that its own visibility is almost irrelevant. There is a fascinating theory that the MiG-31's powerful radar might have some limited ability to detect stealth aircraft at certain ranges. Stealth is mostly optimized to defeat specific radar frequencies. It's possible the MiG's radar could get a faint hint of a stealth jet's location, but reliably tracking and targeting something like an F-22 would still be an immense challenge. In the critical world of stealth, the F-22 Raptor is in a league of its own. It's the jet's defining feature and the foundation of its dominance. The winner here, by a margin that is hard to overstate, is the F-22. When stealth fails and the long-range missiles have all missed, two fighters can find themselves in a swirling, close-range dogfight. Here, it all comes down to maneuverability. It's a high-G dance where pilots push their planes and their bodies to the absolute limit. In this arena, the Sukhoi Su-35 flanker is a legend. Its airframe is already aerodynamically brilliant, but what sets it apart are its engines with three-dimensional thrust vectoring nozzles. Unlike the F-22's nozzles, which only move up and down, the Su-35s can swivel in any direction. This gives the pilot the ability to point the jet's nose wherever they want, regardless of where the plane is actually going. This is what's known as supermaneuverability. It allows the Su-35 to pull off jaw-dropping post-stall maneuvers like the famous Pugachev's Cobra. While the direct combat use of these airshow tricks is debatable, the agility they represent is not. In a close-in knife fight, the ability to rapidly change direction and get a shot off first is a life-or-death advantage. The F-22 Raptor is also an exceptionally maneuverable fighter. Its designers knew it still had to be able to dominate a dogfight. The Raptor combines a sleek design with its own thrust vectoring. Its 2D nozzles give it a massive boost in agility, especially in its ability to pitch its nose up and down with incredible speed. The F-22 can execute incredibly tight turns without losing as much energy as its rivals. Paired with its powerful engines, it can perform stunning vertical climbs. While the Su-35 might be the king of low-speed acrobatics, the F-22's high-energy performance makes it a formidable dogfighter across the board. And then there's the MiG-31 Foxhound. To put it bluntly, the MiG-31 is not a dogfighter. It was never designed to be one. Its frame is huge, heavy, and built for stability at nearly Mach 3, not for high-G turns. It has a massive turning radius and none of the technology that makes the other two jets so nimble. Any MiG-31 pilot would do everything they could to avoid a turning fight. Their strategy is to use their speed, altitude, and radar to kill a threat long before it gets close. If a nimbler fighter like an F-22 or Su-35 did manage to get in close, the MiG-31's only option would be to punch the throttle and run, using its immense power to escape and reset the fight at a distance. In the dogfight, the Su-35 and the F-22 are the stars. The Su-35, with its 3D thrust vectoring, likely holds the edge in a slow-speed turning battle. The F-22, a master of the high-energy fight, can out-turn and out-climb almost anything. Picking a winner between these two is tough and probably comes down to the pilot. But for its sheer, mind-bending agility, the crown for this category can be narrowly awarded to the Su-35 flanker. So after running through speed, power, precision, stealth, and agility, we're left with a fascinating clash of three very different, very dominant philosophies of air power. The MiG-31 Foxhound is the undisputed king of speed, a pure interceptor built to guard the heavens. In the realm of power and payload, the Su-35 flanker is the champ of conventional warfare, a flying truck of munitions ready for any mission. But the MiG-31K has the unique, strategic punch of a hypersonic missile. In the art of precision and information warfare, the F-22 Raptor's advanced sensor fusion gives it a generational lead. For stealth, the F-22 is in a class all by itself. It's the trump card that defines modern air combat. And in the raw, close-in dogfight of maneuverability, the Su-35's breathtaking agility is hard to beat. So, who really rules the skies? The truth is, it depends on the mission. If you need to defend a huge territory from bombers, you want the MiG-31. If you need a versatile, powerful dogfighter that can also drop a ton of bombs, the Su-35 is a fearsome choice. But if you need to slip into the world's most dangerous airspace, take apart an enemy's entire air force without them ever knowing you were there, and guarantee total air dominance, the F-22 Raptor remains the king. Its blend of stealth, speed, and advanced tech is still the pinnacle of air superiority. But that's just my take. Which of these titans would you bet on? Who wins the ultimate showdown for control of the skies? Let me know your pick in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, do us a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next one.